Now that the hangover is past, do we consider the Miami Heat actually lucky for not trading for Damian Lillard, keeping their draft picks and young assets, or is it all in our heads? What's up, guys? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Please, guys, take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and off we go, rocking and rolling with another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, I get it. What I just said in the beginning of this video to a lot of people may sound crazy. For 2.5 months, I've been posting videos on trading for Damian Lillard. I've talked about all the benefits of bringing Damian Lillard to this team. I've talked about what it can mean for this team. But the fact that we didn't get Damian Lillard, and the fact that we have a lot of these young assets and draft picks still, does that mean that we're lucky? Let's break it down. So, I know people are going to immediately say, I can't believe you're saying something like this. You've been wanting Damian Lillard for months. This is just you trying to be positive. This is just you trying to go through your feelings and emotions. No, you don't believe that. Let's pause for a second. Because go back to the videos that I've cut in the past, you guys. I've always said I wanted to trade for Damian Lillard. Of course. He's a top 10 NBA player. Of course you want him on your team. And he is that guy that automatically pushes Miami Heat to the next level and makes them the favorite as a championship contenders for the NBA going into this season. However, we know that the Miami Heat and Portland Trail Blazers talks were not that big. But from what we do know and what has come out since Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks is that Portland wanted one or two things. We could have gotten Damian Lillard by trading Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo, which Miami was never going to do. Or Miami would have to give up the world to get Damian Lillard. We would have had to give up Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, possibly Caleb Martin, Tyler Hero to a third team, multiple first-round draft picks, pick swaps, and second-round draft picks. Now, when you're going through the emotion, when a name like Damian Lillard wants to come to your team, you have this type of persona where you'll do anything it takes to trade for him. However, hindsight being 2020, you guys, was it really the best option for Miami to actually trade for Lillard? Because if you give up all those assets, we've talked about this before, you guys, Damian Lillard is one of the best players in the NBA now. But recently, he did sign a 2-year extension to his contract for $122 million. So when Damian Lillard is at age 35 and 36, he will be making $60 million each season. For a guy that's 35, 36 years old, it's a huge risk. Why were we willing to take that risk? Because you're in win-now mode. But I'm going to tell you guys something that I love. Something that I'm proud of this team. Because, yeah, Miami could have gone all in. We could have made that trade. But I'm not sure if you guys remember, back in 2011, the New York Knicks made the same trade to the Denver Nuggets. They gave up the world for Carmelo Anthony. And what did the Knicks have left? Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey Billups, Amari Stoudemire. After that, you're scrounging, you're trying to find players, you're hoping certain role players step up. And that actually crushed the New York Knicks. They never made it to the promised land that they wanted. Yeah, they had a very decent 2013 season, but they were 2012 season, but they were bounced off the second round. When you make a trade for a superstar, you have to make sure that when you trade for him, you're going to have enough in the tank to make it. Look what happened with Phoenix. Look what happened with Brooklyn, with James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. Guys, we've seen this in the past. Super teams, yeah, they could work like the Miami Heat. But the only reason why they worked was because guys like Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh took a step back and allowed LeBron James to be him. So, talking about Damian Lillard coming to this team, if Miami had to give up all that for him, you would have had Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. What's left after that? Yeah, you would have had Josh Richardson. Yeah, you would have had Thomas Bryant. And you would have had to surround that team with minimum contracts. Now, that could have worked. It could have worked that Miami could have made an NBA championship, possibly win it. But let's say you make that trade and it blows up in your face. Just like what we saw with the Brooklyn Nets. Now the Miami Heat have a roster that can't make it, and you gave up everything. Now that the Miami Heat did not make this trade, you guys, we can stop and look at this team and think, wow, we have a team that can not only contend to win a championship now, but we have enough pieces, draft capitals, and young assets to make us look great for the future. You got Tyler Hero, who's 23 years old. You got Bam Adebayo, who's 26 years old. You got Nikola Jovic, who's 20 years old. Jaime Jaquez, 22 years old. Caleb Martin, 28 years old. These are guys that are going to be productive for years to come. And these are guys that still have the opportunity to evolve and get their games better. Now, look, I'll be honest. I think we've seen what we've seen when it comes to Bam and Caleb Martin. I do believe that Caleb Martin can even be better, especially during the season when Jimmy Butler doesn't play. We're going to look at Caleb Martin to be that guy at times. Bam Adebayo, he is already one of the most skilled two-way players in the NBA. I think that his offensive game can even evolve more. But if Bam stays where he's at right now, I think it's perfect. I think Bam Adebayo averaging 21 points, 11 to 10 rebounds, doing what he does on both ends of the floor, that's a perfect number 2. My opinion. Tyler Hero, he's only 23. His game can still evolve. I still think offensively, he's going to get a lot better. So yeah, trading for Damian Lillard would have been perfect now. We would have had an opportunity to win now or next year. But after the 2025 season, that's where we were going to see a lot of damage happen to this team. Because you have both Jimmy Butler and Damian Lillard in their mid-30s making a huge amount of money. This would have killed us in the next few years. However, I was willing to take that trade because even if it turns into bad years, if you get at least one championship, this whole process was a success. But hey, it's a hangover. We didn't trade for Damian Lillard. It is what it is. So my question for you guys, do you believe in this Miami Heat team this season? Do you believe that it was actually beneficial for us not trading for a guy like Damian Lillard? Because remember, you guys, Damian Lillard is not going to be the only person out there. There have been other rumors that have been circulating already. Miami Heat still have tradable contracts and assets that they can move. Now, I know I just said it's perfect that we're able to keep all those assets, but I'll be honest with you guys. There's players that may be floating out there or maybe become available that allows us to move these assets because it's the right fit. Damian Lillard was the right fit, but the fact that he's 34 years old, it's a very limited window. What if we're able to trade for somebody else? Now, look, I mentioned it in previous videos. James Harden. I understand that people don't want to trade for James Harden. I get it. But he's in the final year of his contract. He led the NBA in assists last year. I heard a recent rumor where the Miami Heat were looking to package Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and possibly future first-round draft picks to the Philadelphia 76ers for James Harden and PJ Tucker. Now, that's a rumor that's circulating out there, but as we saw, James Harden reported back to camp. Everything looks to be content with Philadelphia, but we know James Harden's a head case. We know a problem may come up. And I know a lot of you have been in my comments and said no to James Harden. No, absolutely not. I agree with you. If James Harden had 3-4 years left in his contract, I wouldn't even entertain the thought at all. But the fact that he's in the final year of his contract, and if we are able to move him for Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and a future first-round draft pick, I'm okay with that. Because say what you want about James Harden. He's a head case. He's dramatic. He's annoying. I get it. He's still one of the most skilled offensive players in the NBA. And I understand. He's got an issue with big booty chicks. Strippers. You bring them down here to South Beach, that's the worst atmosphere for him. But listen to the players that have talked about Miami Heat culture in the past. Guys like Darrell Wright, guys like Josh Richardson, guys like Michael Beasley, guys like Mario Chalmers, Mike Miller, Shane Battier, Birdman Chris Anderson, Ray Allen, Norris Cole. A lot of these guys are going to tell you the same thing. When you are playing with the Miami Heat system, with the Miami Heat culture, culture is just not a cute thing we sell in a t-shirt, you guys. It's a way of being. You are not going to have time and energy to go to strip clubs and see chicks. Now, who knows about James Harden, but he's going to be working so hard. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Kevin Love, Kyle Lowry won't be here if we trade for him, but still, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, Eric Spoelstra, they're going to hold James Harden accountable. They're going to make sure that he falls in line. And when a player's in the last year of his contract, you guys, he has to ball out. He has to show his game. He has to show his value. Because what is he going to get when he hits the open market? So that's what I want to ask you guys again. Do you think trading for James Harden would be beneficial for this team now? Do you feel that the fact that we didn't trade for Damian Lillard, it's over for the Heat? Or are you starting to feel like I'm feeling? The fact that we're coming around. You're seeing this team. You're seeing this Miami Heat team in training camp. You're seeing the fact that they have so many Swiss Army knives. So many players that can play and guard multiple positions. This Miami Heat team, you guys, may be a lot better than what we truly think. Now, call me delusional, call me biased, call me a moron, say whatever you want. But I truly believe in this Miami Heat culture for easy reasons. We have the best coach in the NBA. We have the best playoff performer in Jimmy Butler. We have one of the best two-way players in the NBA, Bam Adebayo. And we have a guy by the name of Tyler Hero that can still evolve. And who knows what's going to happen with Caleb Martin, Jaime Jaquez, and Nikola Jovic. These are three guys. Three of these names that I just mentioned that can be big for us next year. And let's not forget guys like Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant. We have a lot of depth on this team. We're a sneaky team. We can be anywhere from first seed to eighth seed, in my opinion. Anywhere. You don't know with this Miami Heat team. So I'm going to leave it at that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Thank you so much for riding on this adventure with me. Next Wednesday is the first preseason game of the Miami Heat. Looking forward to it, you guys. I'll be here talking as much as I can. Thank you guys so much for the support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go, Heat.